Hello and welcome to another meeting of the Afterschool Anime Club. My name's Max Newland. I'm your host for this evening and one of the 3 chapter co-presidents of the Anime Club. With me, as always, are 2 of my very best friends. He isn't breaking the rules if he takes his revenge from a distance. It's Max Kostrak.
That's what they say. There's a line of sight. There's a distance metric. Doesn't count. I basically don't exist.
And she can jump 5 meters like it's nothing. It's Stevie Matos.
Why you say that? What are you trying to say, Newland?
What?
What are you trying to say, Newland?
That you're strong and athletic.
What are you trying to say?
Are you gonna start making comments about basketball next or something?
You're right. You know you like basketball.
Oh, God
This is very specifically a track reference.
What are you trying to say?
Oh, my
What
God.
the fuck are you trying to say? I am here as an ally in this space.
Oh, wow.
Oh, baby.
Well,
Goofed up.
I made a bad choice this episode, didn't I?
I have asthma. I can't do it.
She has asthma. Me too.
I have asthma.
Finding we have a lot in common.
I have asthma. I cannot legitimately do that. Although I did run track for like 2 weeks in middle school.
So hold on. So what are you
Okay, well, sometimes you can have problems and try anyways, because I also tried track in middle school and have asthma.
The twists and turns.
I was a sprinter for a second. Then they were like, you got to learn how to long distance run. I said, fuck that. I'm going to bed. Fuck
Yeah,
that noise.
I'm going into theater. I don't need this.
Yes, I said,
That was exactly
this is
what
not
I-
the
yeah.
endurance I want. Mental endurance, not physical. Fuck this noise.
And you've already heard her voice. She's here. She's with us. She's the formerly the co-host of Holy Cast So Freaking Pod, just like somebody else who we had on this season. She's an illustrator and artist with an impossibly long resume, shadow puppets, shirt designs, portraits, Mezcal brand logos.
Yeah.
She does budget commissions for Wifes and Kirby's. She's the people's artist for everyone's and currently the art director on a horror surgery visual novel called Endemic. It's Callie G.
It's Callie G, also known as Churls.
Also known as
Online.
Churls.
Check
On
me
the
out
internet.
if you wish.
What up, Callie?
Thank you. Hello,
Welcome,
everybody.
Callie.
I feel very welcomed. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Sure, this is the anime club. It's casual. We're sitting around a table in a classroom. Someone's just wheeled in the big CRT television, and we've
Big
just
TV.
watched 2 episodes of The Vision of Escaflowne.
Yes.
Yes, we have.
We love this key slam ass anime. Let's go.
This
We
was a
do.
fun one, I thought. I'm getting really into it, and it was cool to watch the updated version where they did some
Yes.
things like they changed the robot's name to a name that can be pronounced, like Escaflowne instead of Escaflowne.
We saved Kostrak's sanity by getting rid of kid voice. No more
did.
diabolical kid voice for Kostrak. He doesn't have to deal with that no more.
Yep, just a normal, well-adjusted person.
Yeah, really normal guy.
Yeah, this guy's
Just a
fine.
normal dude. This guy is insane.
You know what else is insane?
You?
These.
Yeah, in the membrane. Now,
Yeah, okay.
this is the last episode of the season where we're going to play a game. So I was thinking, like, what's a good game to bring back? The listener survey's been out there, and so I know
Yes.
what the audience's favorite game is, and it's Banned for Life. But that's not what I brought today
Okay.
because I
Okay.
thought let's
Very
get
curious
creative.
about what that might be.
Okay.
Banned for Life is
Banned
a
for
fun
Life is
AMV
cool.
game. It's really good.
It's
I love
cool.
it.
Fair.
I actually like it.
But this game is one that we've only played once before, and it is a game that relies on your creativity. Okay? So I hope you're ready for a season-ending round of Fastball Special.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. In case you forgot, this is a speed pitching game.
Oh my god. Oh, no.
I will call on 2 co-hosts to supply characters and other things. The third
Okay.
co-host will have 2 minutes to pitch a fanfic using the aforementioned elements as well as a suggestion that I give you.
Okay.
Okay? So, Callie,
Yes.
you're our esteemed guest. You're in the hot seat first.
All right, I'm ready.
Stevie, would you please
Okay.
pick for me a character from Vision of Escaflowne?
Merle.
Merle.
Oh,
Okay?
shit.
The cat girl.
Max,
that,
would you
girls.
please pick for me a contrived story complication or common fanfic trope?
Let me think. There's only one bed.
There's only one bed. Okay. Callie,
Yes.
when I say go, you will have 2 minutes on the clock.
Okay.
Pitch me a fanfic starring Merle, the cat girl. There's only one bed, and this is a Groundhog Day time loop story.
What?
God damn it.
I'll give you a moment to prepare there if you need it.
Excuse me? Okay.
2 minutes on the clock. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
And go.
Okay, this is enemies to lovers. Merle X Hitomi one bed fan fiction, okay?
Okay.
I feel
Sure.
like I don't need to say more. Okay, so it's a recent episode, the one where they're both sick and poisoned and shit. And
Yes.
Merle's on the freaking bench. Ugh. So this is like an AU where instead of putting her on the bench, they put her in the same bed as Hitomi, and like they have to share it. This sucks. And in fact, and not only that, like they have to share it till they love each other. Like, and I'm not saying like love each other, like feel positive towards each other. I mean, it's
Till they
gotta
love
be
each
like
other.
filthy, like homosexual love, lesbian stuff, hellfire stuff. So, and they're
Okay.
both trying to figure it out because they both know they're in the loop, and they're like, why does this keep happening? You know,
Okay.
anytime they get out of the bed, it's game over. It's like it's back to square zero. They're in the bed again. Okay?
That's what resets the loop.
That's what resets the loop. Anytime they get out of bed. So the final time that they get out of bed together, when they
Holding hands.
consummated their filthy love, that's
Yeah.
when the loop can end. And so that
Wow.
could be easily like a 50 chapter fan fiction if you wanted, or it could be as short as you want.
Wow.
How did I do?
I think you
That
did
was
great.
A plus.
That's actually really
Thank
good.
You did great. You
Yeah.
still had
That was
47
so good.
seconds left on the clock, but I'm going to call that done.
That was good.
Brilliant.
Oh my
For
gosh.
myself.
Look at you go. Yes.
Look at me go.
Okay. Well, Stevie, now it's your turn.
All right.
Oh God. Okay.
Max Kostrak, would you please pick for me another character from Escaflowne?
Let's do Alan.
All right. Alan Shazar.
Alan, I love him.
Callie.
Alan with an E, man.
Callie, will you
Yes.
please pick for me a famous person from real life?
Martin Luther King.
Oh no, what?
Come on.
I'm so stressed.
Wait, can
Really?
I re-choose based because
Yes.
I suddenly realized maybe that's like racist or something? Okay. I just thought Alan and Martin Luther King is a funny combination, but I'll pick
It's a funny
instead.
combination.
Can we pick instead Elon Musk?
Alan Shazar and Elon Musk. Stevie, I think you're going to like this because I would like you to pitch me a fan fiction story that is a battle royale.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm putting my 2 minutes on the clock here.
Okay.
I'm putting my two hands together, as is Mass Kostrak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so Alan is in this. Alan essentially has to fight for the kingdom of Austria or wherever this fucking kingdom is. I'm
Austria.
gonna say it's
Yeah, that's
Austria.
It's
because
Austria.
It's practically Austria.
Yeah, it's
fight for the
Austria.
kingdom of Austria. Like as it's like head knight, like you know the tippy top of his knights, because it's essentially going to get bought by Mayo Musk. What is he's got so many names. It's gonna get bought by Enron Musk over here. And if he doesn't win essentially a series of matches, from Enron Musk's hand-picked, bands of mercenaries and so much and so forth, he must win all of them, fight to the death. No muss, no fuss. He has to, and then the final boss is Enron himself, which he's just hanging out in diamond-encrusted armor that obviously he didn't mind himself, that can also fly into space. Will he do it? Will he not? Who knows? That's as big or as little as you want it to be, because you could just, monster the week that giant.
Stevie, you and Callie have done so well.
A hard act to follow.
Max,
You were a hard act
Max,
to
you've got a
follow.
hard
That
act
was
to follow.
hard.
You're
I
in the
was
hot
like,
seat.
Thank
Oh,
you.
I'm so nervous. This one makes me sweat.
Callie,
Leaving you, Max Kostrak. Yes. What's Callie's prompt?
Callie, I would like you to give me a character from Escaflowne, please.
How's about? What about that bitch DeLandau?
DeLandau. Okay, now Stevie,
Oh, this is a challenge.
Uh-oh.
I'm really gonna do it. Stevie, pick for me a character from Homestuck.
I'm gonna shit. I hate this.
What was it? Terezi.
Terezi and Delandau. All right.
Terezi.
Oh, that's sick.
Max, it's a coffee shop AU.
Oh no, that just ruined everything I had.
Got 2 minutes on the clock for you. Do you need a moment?
No, because I can. The only thing I can do is step forward into the
You
light.
gotta shoot from the hip
Great
this time.
warrior. Good stuff.
All right. Well, here we go. In
By
3,
God, he's gonna do
2,
it.
1, go.
We open up in a coffee shop in Polis, the capital of Astoria, and Delandau, visiting during the episode that we watched, has stopped in a coffee shop. However, in this moment, boom, another visitor from the Mystic Moon, except something went wrong. No, we have a troll from the wonderful realm of Andrew Hussey's Homestuck. It's Terezi. Now, I'm going to warn you all, this fanfiction gets dark. This is not a, enemies to lovers. This is pure sadomasochism. Like, Terezi shows up and Delandau immediately, like, starts grilling her and getting in her face, and Terezi, boom, takes that cane, kneecaps this guy, and opens up basically a full-on trial in the coffee shop. The stuffies come out and it's like, hey, motherfucker, like, you're done. And just absolute, like, it gets really bad. It gets really violent, really dark, gore. Delandau's dead at the end of it. And Terezi, I assume, goes on for 50 more chapters to become a major part of the Vision of Escaflowne canon.
Yeah,
Yes.
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Great.
So
Great.
good.
You had 42 seconds to spare and you came up with something fantastic.
You did.
Everyone's a winner today.
Yes.
Wow.
We all did it,
I
guys.
love it.
The power of creativity.
And
We
I'm
all
so glad
did.
that you all joined me for this. I know that it's taxing to flex those creative muscles in such a way.
It's
but I
not
hope you
the
enjoyed
creative
yourselves.
muscles, it's the stain on my soul.
Terezi was the only one I could think of when I got put in the hot seat because I couldn't remember the name of the clown.
See, I'll go ahead. I'll say, if you had done a car cat, it would have just been yelling.
I know.
Just too much yelling. So I think you went in the right direction.
Trezi's great, just the
Gamzee would have been really fucking funny, though.
Gamzee would
That
have
would've
been
been
so
fucking
good. That's
funny.
Equally
what-
violent.
That would have been the shit.
Gamzee would have been great.
This is not a Homestuck podcast. This is an anime podcast.
This is not a Homestuck podcast. Otherwise, I would not be on it.
That's valid.
That's right.
our pranksters gambits tend to be off the chain. However, this is not a Homestuck podcast.
Listeners, you can make it a Homestuck podcast if you.
No, you
Listeners, fill out
fucking
that.
can't.
If you subscribe
No, you can't.
today and make a contribution to the,
Not
to
an
the PBS.
option.
Let me give you my Venmo.
Here comes the
Let me
white
just put my
violence.
Venmo on this podcast
Kostrak,
episode.
Here comes the
trigger.
violence.
He's mad. Kostrak mad as hell. Y'all can't tell it,
Yeah.
but he's red as fuck.
He's
He's mad.
his mouth is a
shaking his
horizontal
fist.
line.
He's hitting up. Yeah, that's the
He's
thin
drinking
mouth.
his rainbow cup
I'm drinking out of a rainbow cup, and
of
I'm
rage.
mad.
Before it gets too heated in here, I think we should switch over to talking about Vision of Escaflowne. No?
Escaflownes.
Escaflowne.
Yeah, let's talk about the Escaflownes.
Escaflownes. Fictionality.
Escaflowne. Shoot this anime right up my
up your
nose.
Yeah, that's what I'm here to do. I'm going to shoot these 2 episodes up your nose with this quick and snappy description I wrote. Today we watched episodes 5 and 6 of The Vision of Escaflowne, and this is what we saw. In episode 5, Seal of the Brothers, Delandau and his men catch up to Vaughn, and with the advantage of their invisibility cloaks, they apprehend him handily. Hitomi throws a classic Celtic cross to prove to Alan that her precognitive powers are the real deal, but he pointedly stops her before she can get too deep. Vaughn awakens to the sound of familiar music, and we learn the truth about Fulkin. He's got wings. Also, he's the brother Vaughn thought was dead. Not sure how those 2 things are connected, but okay. Fulkin offers Vaughn the Vader promise and knocks him out with his finger syringe. In order to save her king, Merle buries the hatchet and agrees to help Hitomi pinpoint Vaughn's location. Alan and company launch an immediate assault on the Zybok fortress, and despite being only 7 soldiers strong, they liberate Vaughn with ease. Hitomi actually puts her track skill to use in a desperate dash to warn Vaughn of a vision she saw of his defeat at the hands of Delandau, and just in time, too. Delandau goes down like a chump, Vaughn reclaims the Escaflowne, and Alan's soldiers successfully extract from the fortress. Score 1 for team protagonist. Episode 6, City of Intrigue, brings us to Pallas, capital city of the Asturian Empire, where they're greeted by Princess Malerna. Alan runs ahead to the castle to entreat King Aston for support against Zybok, but it turns out Fulken has beaten them there, selling the lie that Finalia's destruction was an act of self-defense. King Aston demands that Alan surrender Vaughn to Fulken and his soldiers seize the Escaflowne. Speaking of Alan, he sends word to Malerna that she should take Van and Hitomi to the bazaar, where Hitomi encounters a piece of Earth technology, a CD that reminds her of home. Another vision disturbs her reverie, and she and Merle make haste to catch up with Vaughn, who's chasing Fulken across town after spotting him at the marketplace. We get a bit of exposition. Fulken changed his allegiance when the Emperor gave him a shiny new cyborg arm. He once again entreats Vaughn to join him, while Delandau lines up a long-distance sniper shot at his new nemesis. Hey, Hitomi finally did something! Thanks to her, Delandau's claw misses its mark. It's too early to celebrate, though. The King's Guard arrive to detain them, and Fulken leaves. Vaughn's sentence is revealed. He must engage in combat for the King's entertainment. But I'm not convinced he's being set up for victory. We'll just have to wait and find out.
Ooh. Ooh.
Many developments happening.
I'm about to come in hot here, but before I do, I'm going to calm myself, because I'm already heated up over this Homestuck stuff, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Let me calm myself and toss things over to Callie. Callie, what is your relationship with the vision of Escaflowne? Have you seen this anime before?
Yes, I have. When I was a little child in the 90s, I watched this anime on Fox Kids, and I loved it.
Okay.
I don't remember much now because I'm 33 years old, but
Fair.
It's been a nice, I know I had no obligation to watch like all the previous episodes. I went ahead and did it anyways because like, you know, I've only seen the Fox Kids dub. I have never seen like, say, the sub or like, you know, whatever it is that we are watching is like a version of the sub I haven't seen. Mm-hmm. So I remember liking it. I also, so here's what kind of like I thought going in. I thought that what I remembered was that Hitomi was a useless piece of shit. Yep. And that Vaughn was like, he was good at everything and he was also nice. The first episode immediately knocked that perception out of the water. Yeah, that was not true. I don't know.
Vaughn sucks.
I think it's probably because he has some character growth later. Like this latest episode, he was like, okay. And like he appreciated Hitomi, you know, he thought she looked nice in her dress, maybe in a weird pervert way.
Right.
But yes, so in a nutshell, in a very large nutshell, like a walnut maybe, that was my relationship to the show.
Sweet. Awesome. We love it.
As Callie alluded to, we watched the 2016 Funimation dub, so there's a lot of people that are familiar to you if you're an anime fan. Notably, Aaron Dismuke, voice of Von Fennell, was Al Elric in Full Metal Alchemist, only in the first one because puberty hit this kid like a fucking truck, and he sounds nothing like he did when he was 13 years old.
Can I say something about this Funimation dub? I made this note while I was watching, because I went back. I like compared a couple of scenes. I went through and just listened to the old dub and the new dub, and while Delandau is significantly much less child voice, still unhinged in a good way,
absolutely.
And the Funimation dub is very well done. It's very professional. It's the quality is great. It almost feels somewhat unnecessary to me, though. Like I don't feel like the original dub was, when I compared a lot of these scenes, was bad, or like that the quality was so low.
Yeah.
There were some choices that were being made, but a full redub is a lot of work to do for. When you think about some other things.
Right. Especially for how popular this wasn't here.
That's true.
You know?
I'm wondering though, this Funimation version, did they put scenes back in?
I think so. I think they did, didn't they?
No, it was dubbed in 2001 in full in its entirety.
That's right.
Ah, okay. See, I'm missing this information. Okay.
When it aired in the US, the network
Fox cut it down.
Yeah.
So it's all dubbed, but they just didn't show it. Okay, that answers a lot of my questions, because I was gonna say later, Hitomi actually does some stuff in this one. Like if I had seen this when I was a kid, I wouldn't have as low of an opinion of her.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. They also took so much of her out in the Fox box edits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is also why you're like, I thought that she she wasn't really in this like this. So this was really about
I was
him.
like, wait,
and it's
he told me
This is a Vaughn story.
Yeah.
This is a story about Vaughn. She kind of did stuff. She ran.
Kinda. Yeah, this is where my complaints lie, Stevie. Go ahead.
She ran. Oh boy. Okay.
She jumped over a big gap, guys.
She did
Is
that.
Use those
impressive?
track skills.
She just ran a lot
from
for these
episode
2
1.
episodes. She just ran a ton. in these
Okay,
2
she
episodes.
told the fucking future. She said personal weird insults. Okay, can we talk about that fortune-telling reading she did for Alan?
Let's go into the
Sick.
tarot zone. Here we
Let's
go.
go.
That
Tarot
was
zone.
sick.
Yes.
What if the tarot reader sat in front of you and it was like, you're fucking estranged from your family over your like diaper fur fetish? Like that was like the level of what it was. It was so offensive.
It was
Like-
very specific and pointed, yeah, which usually
Yes.
I've not found a tarot reading to be. Also, this was such a funny thing. I know on the first episode we like praised the show for actually getting one of the cards right. Am I wrong here? I thought the fool, because they said she plays the fool as you're a dumbass, you're a dipshit, you're rash. When my understanding, the fool card is always like the idea of the naivete of a beginning, right?
Yeah,
Or do I have that wrong?
that. And
It
it's
can
also
be-
like breaking paradigms, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I know a little too much about tarot. You guys might
I
not
don't,
be prepared
but I
for
know-
this.
I don't
I've
know
heard of
anything about
Fool.
tarot, so I'm sitting here being like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, the fool is like embarking on a new adventure, like
Yeah.
grappling with the unknown. Okay, this is off the top of my head. Like I usually will look at a little guide.
It's the
if I do
beginning
tarot
of the
readings, but, like,
journey, right? In the tarot.
Yeah, it's the beginning of the journey. So like, yeah, and it's like in when you're getting it in a reading, like it might be telling you like you can have kind of a fresh perspective on it. You don't have to do things by the book. It's not like you're a fucking stupid dipshit loser. Like that was how she was reading it.
Yeah. I was wondering if this was her trying to, I was like, in my head, so I could think that she was, I don't know, smart for once. She was like, remember all of those, all that information that you decided to tell me about your life when I was maybe dying? I'm going to use that against you now. But I know she's not smart enough
Oh
for
my
that.
God, yeah.
That is so
I
manipulative.
know she's not
Yeah.
smart enough for that, but that's
No,
what
she's
I want.
not.
She's not.
Yeah, it's like just like the utterly sick, like, oh, you told me all these things in confidence.
I'm
I'm
gonna
throw
use it
right
against
back
you.
out.
I'm like, you
Yeah.
told me you're not smart enough for that shit. I'm
All
sorry.
your coworkers are standing at the door listening.
He told me like you don't need therapy enough to do that.
Right.
Like,
You have
so
not
you
been.
know she was really shooting from the heart. Sorry, it's like
Absolutely.
shooting from the hip, speaking from the heart combination.
Absolutely,
but like,
for sure.
yeah. But
I
she
like,
was doing that.
No, because I was just like, maybe you're just using all of this information he told you. Because he said that. Because I would do this if someone was like, "You remind me of my mom." It's like, okay, that's rude and that's gross. Get away from my bed. I'm sick. I'm gonna cough on you.
Hold on. Does he have a sister complex? Because it was coming off like that. And do we all know what that is?
Like,
the way?
like, not an Oedipus complex, but the other one.
Yeah, it's sort of the other one. It's sort of like a common trope in like disgusting Japanese anime.
Yeah.
It's like the little sister thing, like, oh, you remind me of my little sister.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know,
He
thinking of
literally
the
said
Oedipus
that to
complex
her.
is
Yeah, he
coming-
says that to her, and he said that to her in her.
No, and he holds her hand and says it. to
Yes.
her. I don't
Yeah.
like that at all.
No, it's gross. It's gross.
No, that's red flag.
I know that Alan has not done anything in terms of the plot to like betray them or whatever, but I feel like every time he gets close to Hitomi, I'm like, don't do that. I don't like that. Like,
Stop.
we're building towards something. I
That's
feel
true.
like.
He's too old for her.
Is he? How old is he?
Maybe that's because he's tall. I don't know. Too old for her because she's too
Do
stupid.
you clock him at like 20 maybe?
I clock him at probably 22, 23, and I clock her at maybe like 16
yeah,
15,
same.
16.
Because she's in high school.
because she's in high school. And she's just real dumb. She's insufferable. And I'm like, I ain't never met a sophomore who I couldn't
Okay,
wanna
according
punch.
to the wiki, he's 21 years old.
21. Okay,
Sick.
so there we go.
Fucking
drink.
sick.
He can drink.
He can drink.
And so it's like, and also with the voice actors in the 2016 dub, he does seem a little older. Because it's not the
Yeah.
same
Oh,
voice
yeah.
actor from, it's not the same voice actor from 2001. That's not Zex
No,
Marquise anymore.
That's Maze Hughes from Full Metal Alchemist, who was a fully grown adult man with a child.
a whole adult.
Oh, baby.
So he's a whole adult. So it's like, so he seems very much like they're playing him a little bit more mature, and I mean like a little bit more mature. So, but although I did like when she was like, "Let me help," and Alan was like, "No,
Excuse
No,
me.
no,
You
yeah.
definitely can't.
You're
No.
a child.
women's rights, no."
You're a baby, yeah. I know.
No, art emoji, women's rights.
You're too beautiful.
You're too beautiful to fight.
Well, hey, you're certainly welcome to yell "Look out" which is apparently your whole fucking role in this show. I'm not just talking about the 2 episodes we watched. From episode 1, Hitomi stepping in to take an action. Yes, I know she jumped between 2 ships and showed off her jumping skills, and she read tarot, but her actual like climactic moment in every one of these episodes is her running up to a man and yelling, "Look out!"
I just want to tell. This is the thing I wrote, especially after the one on the bridge, the situation on the bridge. If Hitomi, if the men in this show were just a little bit more observant, she would not need to be here.
She wouldn't need to.
She wouldn't need to be here. She would be easily edited out because all she does is say,
which they
"Look
did."
out." What's the name of that fairy that everybody loves to hate?
Oh, Navi.
No,
Thank you.
Look out.
Hey, listen.
All
A
day.
big metal laser's coming for you.
That's all she is. And I'm like, girl, if I don't put you in a jar.
this bitch is Z targeting.
Right.
Actually, wouldn't it be so cool if she could Z target?
If the boys were just observant, if they just looked around, they fight people. I don't know how their heads aren't on a swivel all the time. They're trained for this.
Yeah.
And
Here's where I'm worried I am being unfair, though, is because I think I could look, and knowing that this is an older anime, that I could look at any modern or most modern isekai animes and look at the male protagonist and say, well, you don't fucking need to be here. Like, there are a ton of shows. I mean, we've talked about Tenchi on this podcast. You could take Tenchi out for a lot of it. He does do things. I'll give him that. He has moments where he does things, but there is very much that element.
There's no need for Tenchi, okay?
It's true. Yeah. It's right there in the fucking name.
I'm going to shoot this shot here because we do know that one of the boys who doesn't do anything is, in fact, Tuxedo Mask. He don't do nothing.
Oh,
he don't do nothing.
There we go. There's a boy who does nothing.
Granted, it doesn't focus on him at all. So
that's true. He's not the protagonist.
He's not the protagonist. So we're not forced to follow him in any way, shape, or form. So it's
could Hitomi go get some sort of mentorship or internship with Usagi?
That would be
really nice.
Actually, there's a fan fiction I'm going to write.
There's a fanfic.
There you go.
Please do
it. Things I liked. Things that were anticlimactic. So the top of 5 where Vaughn gets ganged up on. Which is Mima. Also, Mima turned on the subtitles because she finally figured out how. She did it, y'all.
Good job. Great job.
Mima,
love that for you.
Mima made it. Okay. Then she was singing along to the opener and the closer because she's like, yes, come on. Kimi, oh. I knew those words now. But because his name is spelled like Van and not like the actor, and I was a little upset. But he's getting mugged. Like somebody is holding him while he's getting punched. And it's like, okay, first of all, this is low-key, high-key anticlimactic. You were so excited to like murk this dude that when you got there, you just punched him a bunch in the robot. I was
it is very funny that these robots have swords. They have lasers. They can shoot these sort of like prosthetic metal pieces, and then they all land on the ground and just like boom, 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 like start beating the shit out of this robot.
This also, like, I know that like he's in there pretty snug, and this is all giant robot anime, but like he makes reaction sounds like his body is getting punched in the gut.
Yeah.
When he's in a big robot.
Yeah. It was very
I've constantly been wondering about this.
Is there no shock absorption in that cockpit? Because you would die. You would die.
You would die.
So it was very anticlimactic. I thought that was very, very funny.
Oh, the transformation from dragon form to like
very cool.
That was cool. That was cool.
That was very
especially because
he was very cool.
He was outside it, riding on the dragon, and then it transformed, and he's like slides into it.
That was very, very neat. Also, let's talk about Sad Vash. I like Sad Vash in the 2016 Funimation dub better.
Fulkin's cool, man.
I don't like it.
I like Fulkin now because in the 2001 dub, because of the way they had him dubbed, it didn't seem like he had a lot of agency. Maybe it's because the 2 episodes we saw, he was just kind of sitting there watching in the shadows. And, you know,
he's a background guy.
He took way more front and center now because now we know his background of being Vaughn's brother.
And now he's relevant to the plot and the characters in a pretty meaningful way.
Yeah, he's not just sitting there looking like tall fucking Pagalici over here. I went to the doctor again. Sad fucking news.
Now, this is an interesting trivia bit. Aaron Dismuke, voice of Vaughn, was again cast as the brother of the voice actor for Fulkin.
Interesting.
Huh.
So it's literally the same two guys playing brothers as in Full Metal Alchemist.
Love that. That's so dope.
Wild.
That's dope. So he was dope in these, but I like that he definitely was a lot more like decisively not a good dude. Because before it was like, because the first couple episodes we're watching, we're like, what are you here for? Are you like, what's your opinion? What's your plan, man? Like, because he seemed to not like, kid murderer over here. Like, what's it? I can't call him kid voice
Little boy,
anymore.
Dylan.
Yeah, Delandau. Dilly Pickles over here, or whatever. He didn't like him at all. Dilly Bar. That's his name now. His name is Dilly Bar. Dilly Bar. He didn't like the Dilly Bar. So, but it's cool that he's like a traitor to the crown and stuff. He's like, I was like, oh snap.
We love traitors.
Me too.
They're interesting. Also, our beautiful diabolical B shonen is no longer beautiful.
Oh, damn, okay.
You got a cut on your face.
My face is bleeding.
My
He cries out.
My face.
Yeah.
That cut seemed a little too deep for him to be that chill about it. I was like, baby, you don't need stitches.
What? How chill? Okay, how chill was he about it though?
Chill about it.
He literally fell to his knees and could not get up.
I mean, but I was just like, bro, you need stitches. You need more than a Band-Aid. You need stitches. My guy, we should be seeing like your mandible.
Okay. I did hate the scene where he just repeatedly poked at his own bandage until it started bleeding, saying over and over again, it stings, it stings, it stings, it stings, it stings.
That was ooky.
Pretty fucked up.
Even the underling was like, hey, can you stop, please?
He's like, yeah,
Speaking of which,
fucking...
That's the same guy he was yelling at 2 episodes ago. This fucking guy cannot get a fucking break.
This guy's getting a new job. He's like, I have got to get out of here.
Right.
And if you will notice in episode 5, he's also the guy who tried to like get Vaughn out of the prison before he was extracted and then got knocked out by Alan.
Yeah, Alan fucking worked him. I was going to say that.
His week is going very badly.
This is a Rosencrantz that desperately needs a Guildenstern because this motherfucker.
I know.
This poor guy.
Help this guy out.
Poor dude. Help this guy out. So we get to Astoria, not New York.
Yeah, no,
it's
Astoria, New York this time, not Astoria.
It's Astoria, New York.
It's Solaire of Astoria over here.
Palace Cat Street, Astoria, New York.
Now, as soon as I saw the princess riding up on her horse, I was like, oh, shit.
Who she look like? She looks like somebody.
Now, the reason I say that is because...
The sister, maybe?
It's not. I don't think it's his sister.
I don't think it's his sister.
I think it's...
But I know she's not dead.
She looks like sister,
right.
and you know what that means for
Alan will want to get involved with her because he's a fucking pervert. I didn't get to say it earlier. I was choking it down, but
he's like, oh, it's my type. People who look like my sister.
Exactly. So I think that Alan, he has a solid like value system, but I think also that he's a sexual pervert. Like he's into the whole, and like no judgment, by the way. I get that all of you podcast listeners are probably so screwed up. I'm not kink shaming you, but like.
No, it's okay. We screwed up. We shame our listeners a lot.
All the time.
Okay, then this is just totally run-of-the-mill type activity for you.
Pretty much.
Cool. So in any case, Alan, he's a sexual pervert, but he understands boundaries, so it's all right. Like if he wants to fuck someone that looks like his sister, like go ahead, I don't care.
He opens with that. It is sick, so like, you know what I mean? Like
he made it very clear. This is what I'm into.
Yeah, he is.
You're either into it or you're not.
Bruh. Seriously.
But as soon as, so like, I remember 2 or 3 episodes ago, it was last episode of the podcast, I think, where they're talking about when Alan like introduces Hitomi at court and they're like, oh, Alan's doing what he does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, this is clearly a guy he's got girls in every area code, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
And they all look like his sister.
Yeah, he's the
all
Ludacris song, and they all look like his sister. Like, little.
I do want to point out something. I dropped an image in our group chat.
Oh, let me see.
Yeah, who is that?
That's Alan Shazar from the movie Escaflowne.
All right, yeah, this is much more reading as sexual pervert to me.
Way sexier guy. IMO.
He look like he's drunk too much. Why his eyes look like that?
Yeah, he looks like he is fucked up.
He's zooted. He's faded.
He's faded. Cross-faded.
Fully zooted.
I know last episode I made a lot of jokes about like what if Sephiroth was your boyfriend. This is really what if Sephiroth
was your boyfriend. Yeah, no, for sure. He definitely drinks Sudafed.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree with that.
Can you do that? Do they make that? Do
Have
they
you
make
not
liquid
heard
Sudafed?
I actually have
Or
not heard of a drinkable Sudafed.
Robitussin,
No,
okay, now I've
He
heard of that.
drinks Robitussin.
Now,
He
now
drinks
here's a mech
Robitussin.
pilot who doesn't read the back of his medicine bottle.
He drinks Robitussin. That is the face
slug
of
the
a
whole
man
thing
who
down.
drinks Robitussin. I don't care what you have to say. Okay. He does that. Okay.
He does do that.
No. Absolutely
He does
not.
that, but then he also uses eye drops so as not to look too fucked up.
Right. Exactly.
That's the vibe, because the whites of his eyes are too good.
They're too good. I did like how this princess definitely came in with strong Bulma energy and just only had
Oh,
that
yeah.
smoke for Hitomi
yes.
and Hitomi alone. Just constantly, casually insulting this girl at every turn. I was like,
She's like Terminator vision with the I
Yeah.
see competition.
she was like,
Gonna eliminate her.
Right.
It's the city of intrigue. This is what happens when you show up.
Your clothes, whack. The way you tell the future, whack. The way your hair is chopped so short you don't even look like a woman in this world, whack.
Truly.
It's like, it's that. Like,
She
it really
was.
is truly
Oh,
that.
it's okay. Well, I'll throw these clothes away for you.
Right. Right.
God, and okay, so what the fuck? Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. That's a school uniform.
It's a whole
Yes,
school
it's
uniform.
weird how she says it has sentimental value,
a
because
fucking
the truth
school
is if
uniform.
she loses her school uniform, she's in trouble. She probably has to pay a fine.
Probably. Honestly.
So it just represents that she thinks she can go back to Earth
Yeah,
eventually.
probably.
I'll say, is the one of the dwindling number of Earth possessions that she still has, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's a
I think
duffel
so.
bag full of a bunch of stuff we listed in an earlier episode.
So, like, speaking of Hitomi's earthly possessions here, so not to neg myself too much, I almost feel like you should have had Chad guest instead of me, because the first thing he said when he saw Hitomi was like, she's wearing the Nike such and such like exact shoe model, and then he looked it up.
Wow,
Whoa.
sneakerhead. Come on.
Oh,
Yeah, freak.
Chad.
It's a recent thing for him too. He was not really into sneakers till like last month. So
Oh, well, we love a
Well, hey.
hyperfixation. Let's go, Chad. Come on.
we love it. We love it for Chad.
We love a hyperfixation. On this Disco Man, you were trying to talk about your Disco Man?
Yes.
Do you want
Oh,
to
yeah, let's talk about Disco
please,
Man.
let's talk.
I'm dropping a picture of Disco Man in the chat.
So the funny thing about the whole scene of this too is like she puts the CD in, and I thought it was gonna be somebody be like, "I recorded this CD. Please help me. I'm stuck on this weird Gaia world." But it's just like, just kind of like she doesn't
It
even
was so
indicate she
innocuous.
has
I was really
any-
hoping it was some licensed music they managed to
Yeah.
get a hold of.
No.
It's Toxic by Britney Spears, like that
Yeah,
episode
Britney
of
Spears.
She's just like, okay, it's music. Like, she's not like, oh my god, it's Britney Spears, it's Gact or whatever. I guess she's Japanese. She's
Wow.
it's Pamu. Like, it's not. It's just like whatever to her. She's like, oh, my memories and my friends. Like, it's an interesting way to play that scene. I thought it was going to be a huger connection to like How to Get Back to Earth.
It kind of almost
Yeah,
seemed
same.
throwaway. Also, she didn't pay for the CD, and that bothered me.
No,
She sure
did
did
not.
just grab it.
The Wolfman, he was so permissive. He let
He
her
was just sitting
do
there
that.
smoking his little pipe, and then she puts
He's
the
high
CD
out of his fucking mind.
in the
High.
CD
Stoned
as
player.
hell.
A thing
Stoned as
that
hell.
he thinks is jewelry. So she's taking his piece of jewelry and putting it in a machine, and then
This is what I think.
I have to go.
I think he was like, he knows it's not jewelry, but he's trying to see if he can bullshit like a noble person with a lot of money or something, you know, like an Elon
Yeah.
Musk type individual.
Yeah.
So
He's got a box
he's-
full of those behind the counter.
Yeah, so he says it, but he instantly regrets it because it's like that shame hits him. Like, nobody would ever fucking wear that as jewelry. So when he sees her put it in the Discman, he's like, you know what?
You
Oh,
know
shit.
what
I
it is.
deserve that.
Right.
Let her walk away with
Take
it.
it.
Like, I'm ashamed
You
of
obviously
myself.
know what to do with this.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, there is the author, not the author, the director of the TV show addressed the question of why the CD is there in a book.
Okay.
Now, okay, now. Listen, this is it. This is what he said.
Not now. Listen. Hold on, Newland.
Oh, I'm listening.
CDs fly to Gaia by themselves.
Are you shitting my dick?
What?
They fly to Gaia by themselves.
This
The
is
director
canon.
of the anime said that the CD flew there by itself.
So you just
If you got into the backyard and you just whip a CD like a frisbee,
Just like, there it goes. It's going
no,
to Gaia.
it keeps going up. It doesn't.
Let me ask one thing?
Yeah, please.
Does he also think missing socks from the dryer end up there?
Oh, surely.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
like
that
a-
shit
That's
sounds
gotta be
like.
what it's gotta be. Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, come on.
That's the thing. I was
They
like, what happens?
fly
It
there
just
by
spins away.
themselves.
It just spins away. It just spins off into the ether, and where it winds up is Gaia.
You guys never see that weird pillar of light that comes down and absorbs your laundry machine for just a second?
Yeah.
No,
I've seen it, but I thought not much of it.
Yeah, I just thought it was normal.
I mean sometimes occasionally a whole laundromat will just disappear from here, and I just think that it's inflation and just gentrification.
Yeah.
But clearly, no,
yeah,
it's just
it clearly.
it's
It went to Gaia
It's
by
went to
itself.
Gaia. It went straight to Gaia.
I guess it went to
But
Gaia.
I was like, okay, Disc Man. I was like, but we're never going to see if there's going to be other people that's got stuck here, because this is clearly not what this is about.
Steve,
Now,
I'm
there
so
was-
sorry. Again, it is a Disco Man.
Disco Man, that's true.
It says
It
Disco
can't
Man
be
on
a
the front
Disc
of it.
Man. It can't be a Disc Man. That's copy. That's Sony.
You get sued by Sony.
You will get sued by Sony so fast. It's a Disco
Sony will
Man.
kill you.
Yeah, Sony will absolutely kill you.
Sony will send the Pinkertons to your house to demand that you give it
Yeah, they
back.
will.
Oh, God.
Didn't Wizards
I
of
know,
the
that was
Coast
so
just
fucked.
do that?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that is
literally,
the reference.
It's a reference. It's a reference.
Ooh, I was like, Wizards of the Coast. Y'all nerds got money. I be forgetting that nerds got money, and then shit like that happens, and I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, nerds got money.
It's some sick shit. Yeah.
And nerds got
Not
money.
the first time
man.
Wizards of the Coast has been evil.
No, it won't be the last,
Well-
because Wizards of the motherfucking Coast.
Huh,
said what I
evil
said.
wizards.
Evil
Who would have
Wizards.
thunk?
One thing I do
Who
like
would've
about
thunk it?
these two episodes is that the political intrigue, especially for six,
yes,
the
yes.
layers, that jump was like Shrek ass
Yes.
onion layers of political intrigue, which
It
was
was
pretty cool.
that.
I liked that.
Did anybody actually get a little swayed by what is his name? Vongel, the brother? Can you remind me?
Vulcan.
I wrote it down.
Fulkin?
But I'm
Vulcan
going to
or
call him
Vulcan.
Vongel from now on.
Vongel's a good one.
Yeah, Vongel.
I want to
Vongel's
call
a-
him Vulcan because that would fit with Vaughn.
Right.
Is this a translation thing? But anyway,
Yeah.
So Vulcan there, didn't you think for a second that like maybe he has a point? Like he can't really be against imperialism because he went from imperialism to imperialism.
Right. No,
But, like-
the second he said holy war, I was like, oh, he's a fascist.
No. And also, like,
Oh yeah,
fighting
you're
to
like a
stop
Charles
fighting.
Manson
Yeah,
guy.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, I'm going to fighting to stop all fighting.
Fighting.
It's literally like defense contractor shit.
Right,
It's
yeah.
literally like Raytheon shit.
Yeah. I was like, oh, baby, that was a fascist dog whistle. That was cute. No.
Uh-huh.
Like, what if Escaflowne is fascist?
Well, I mean-
I know it's not.
Welcome-
but what
well,
if-
hey,
Yeah,
listen,
that's true.
this
We
is-
don't know what Finalia
See, we
was
don't
like.
know. What if he has a reason?
I think this is interesting that we're here because this is like the question of giant robot anime. Because
Right.
giant robot anime
Yes.
is basically about war.
You're right.
Yes.
It
And
is,
about
yeah.
like the ethics of war just generally. And it's-
100%.
What I love about Escaflowne is that it's in a different kind of setting. Like we're in a medieval fantasy setting and we're still addressing the same kinds of questions because when you have a robot shaped like a man that does combat, we're going to be talking about what war is and what war does to people, no
Right.
matter
It's,
what.
yeah, it's different when a battleship does a war crime versus when a big robot shaped like a man does. It
Right.
makes you
Exactly.
think, hey, this is kind of fucked up that we do this on such a big scale.
Exactly. And like I know that things like Gundam, the Gundam franchise tends to have the whole conversation of like war, and when you're in it so long, who winds up fighting those wars? Because it's a big conversation about
Exactly.
child soldiers, right? Because
Yeah.
most of the Gundams are not piloted by adults. I think the oldest Gundams I've ever seen piloted by grown-ups was the Zero G's.
Char Aznavour?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe, or sorry, Quattro Bagina?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
But it's just like I haven't seen a single Gundam pilot that's older than 17.
No, they're all kids. It's
They're
all about like
usually- It's
gonna
child
change.
soldiers. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's going
they're
to change
all-
in season 3.
I know it. So it's like it's all those conversations, but
I believe because I watched the first few episodes of that the new Gundam everyone's talking about, and I do believe a baby pilots a mech in that one and kills people.
what?
That's correct.
In the
That's
first
correct.
episode
in the
of
pilot
G-Witch.
episode, a baby
Yeah.
Oh,
murders human
It's like
people.
a toddler crawls into the Gundam, and then the Gundam flies out and kills a lot of people.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, you want to talk about, like, hard-hitting commentary? I think Gundam definitely does that. I think Escaflowne probably not so much. And so
No.
maybe, like, an analysis like this is not appropriate. But still, I did have these questions arise in my mind because, like, you sort of hear Alan saying in an earlier episode, like, ugh, Vaughn, like, these are the sacrifices you have to make if you're a king. Like, you have to endure these insults. But then he goes in this second episode that we watched. I'm sorry, I don't know which one it is. It's like 6
I
episodes.
think it's like 6, yeah.
So he goes to that king and he's like, we have to retaliate right now. And he's like not willing to take no for an answer, really. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
so like what?
And the king has this perspective of like, that's an outpost. It wasn't a town.
Yeah,
it
he's
wasn't
like,
a city.
you're gonna start a war for an outpost?
Yeah.
And Ellen's like, ugh. So it was like, it was a
They're
humanizing
calling it
bit
a
of-
country. Like, what? I actually don't understand what
Yeah, I don't know.
Finalia
It's
was
like-
in that sense.
It's just a little interesting bit of inconsistency that I really like. It could show that, Alan is not fully grown up either, maybe.
See, no, I took that as, so I thought what it was is that Alan was trying to get the king to declare Dunkirk. I don't remember their names.
Yeah.
Dunkirk. No.
Zybok.
Zybok. Oh yeah,
Zybok,
Zybok.
yeah.
They were trying to
Key smash ass.
key smash ass fucking names, man. I don't fucking. But like trying to essentially break an alliance with Zybok because
Right.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Astoria has an alliance with Zybok. After Vaughn shows up at the back door of this outpost in the territory of Astoria,
Yeah.
Vaughn tells Alan all of what happened, and he's like, oh shit, that's fucked up. And then not long after Vaughn gets there is when the outpost gets blown up. So Alan, going off of the evidence of the destroyed outpost that is within Astorian territory, plus Vaughn's firsthand account of the falling of his kingdom, he's like, dude, but the king is like, Zybok just so happened to accidentally blow up one of our outposts. Please don't turn this into a full-blown war because of an accident.
Right, exactly.
Well, and also Alan did not independently confirm. I know we know that Finalia is gone.
Right.
Alan
Yeah.
did not independently
He
confirm
did not.
that.
Right, exactly.
Indeed.
Exactly.
For whatever the king is thinking, Vaughn could be lying.
Right.
Finalia, or literally he is convinced that Finalia started shit with Zybok because that's what
Right.
Fulton says.
Yeah, because that's the word on the street.
And that's the thing.
Zybok has said.
And Finalia was like this backwater country in the middle of a swamp. So it's like,
Right.
Yeah.
and like nobody knew much about
He was all like,
Finalia.
where would we attack for Finalia? Like
Right.
that kind of thing. Because they don't know about Escaflowne or the dragon. Like,
Oh,
Right.
weird
shit.
Atlantean
Well, they're
king
about to find
does.
out about Escaflowne.
Right,
They're
exactly.
about to find out.
Because it's like, thanks so much for stopping by. How about you do a bunch of trials by combat so we can see how good your robot is
totally normal,
determine,
you know.
to determine how to use it
won't kill
without
you.
you.
We're not.
We're not gonna kill you.
It's fine.
Don't worry about it, man.
Get in your
there's-
robot.
If there's a way to make you a prisoner of war that fights for us, that would be great. But if not,
That would be so cool.
We can figure out other ways to use your robot. Don't worry about it. You can go home free of body.
Fine.
We'll murder you. It's fine. We
It's
will
totally
sever your
fine.
spirit from your corporeal form, and then you can go free, right? Yeah.
That's politics,
Yeah.
baby.
Yay!
That's politics.
We love
That's
it. Nixon fingers. Let's go.
Nixon, let's go. You
Let's
call
go.
us Nixon fingers?
Nixon
That's so
fingers.
funny.
Yes. Nixon fingers.
Yeah, I see anime characters doing the Nixon fingers all the time. What's up
Yeah.
with that?
So yes.
I spent a really embarrassingly long amount of time trying to find the specific track from the Escaflowne soundtrack that plays when they're flying into Palace.
Oh,
yeah.
The music in these two episodes
are
fucking blew
so
my mind.
good. I thought
good.
Incredible
yeah.
stuff.
my favorite song is the one that's it stands out to me the most because it just seemed like the most incorrect song to use. It's the fluty song that's playing when they are extracting Vaughn out of the floating fortress. It's a very like lilty. There's lots of flutes, and I was like, but people are dying. What do you mean?
Yeah, there's like war going on.
there's a war.
There's a massacre happening.
It's
I
a
want-
war flute.
It was very much, it was giving a lot of Pied Piper, and what I needed was more like, I needed more guitars. I needed like,
Yeah, we're talking about mechs and war and rescue. Let's get the right instruments.
It was very
in there.
trilly. It was very funny to me. I just loved it. I was like, hold on. Yeah, I said it was fantastical fight music. It had a lot of flutes in it. But yes, I did really like the fact that Vaughn's brother is what's the word they used? They used a Greek word. I wrote it. Strategos. His title is Strategos,
Ooh.
which is cool.
Good word.
I didn't catch that.
It's Hellenic for military general.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Love it.
fucking sick.
He's a strategos. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Because that also makes it that he is he actually has probably, it seems as though, more power than Pretty Crazy Boy. Dylan Dow.
Yeah, we don't even know what his title is.
No,
I don't
we
know
don't.
what. I still am curious. Like,
Important note.
Just some precocious child.
Screamed at my dog. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Screaming
That's
at
fine.
the dog. You gotta do that sometimes. Sometimes you gotta scream at the dog.
You might need to fix that in post, as they say. So what are you guys talking about?
We were talking about how the music slaps.
music's amazing.
It does slap.
The music's really good.
Yoko Kanno went off.
Yoko Kanno never misses. She never misses.
Yoko Kanno
so
did
true.
this?
Yes.
This is a Yoko Kanno soundtrack.
How did I not realize?
misses.
No, she never does miss.
Oh, she never misses. She's so good.
Fun trivia fact: the song that Hitomi listens to on her Disco Man, in the original Japanese, that track's singer is the voice actress who plays Hitomi.
Oh, that's cool.
In the Japanese
nice.
dub.
That's really
That's
cool.
dope.
Yeah.
We love
How
that's-
fucked up would it be if you were transported to another world and you got a CD and you put it in the CD player and it
And
was
it's you.
your voice, it was you singing a song? That would, I would flip the fuck out.
I would be
Yeah.
so mad because I'm like, you're trying to tell me that I'm over here with not a real motherfucking toilet, like this chamber pot ass spot, and I could be a pop star? I'd be so mad.
So when Hitomi was sick with the fever or whatever, it does like a zoom out, and there's like two big pots in an inlet in the wall next to her bed. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, "That's the pee pee pot, and that's the poo poo pot."
They have giant robots. Have they not invented the toilet?
Hell fucking no!
They
Look at the
also
inside
have-
of the robot.
Excuse me.
Fuck
They have
this
two
world.
rocks. They have two rocks attached to a ship, and they got to turn the rocks on and off in order
Yeah.
for
They
the
gotta turn
rocks
the
to
fucking
gain
rocks on.
altitude.
That's so funny.
We tied two floating rocks to a boat, and
Yes.
that's how we have an airship.
Those are the ship's nuts.
Yes. And they inflate them and deflate them. They warm them up and
It's
cool them
sick.
down.
It's a pervert land.
Episode title: Those are the ship's nuts.
Okay, I'm just saying. They clearly needed. They don't have it all down. Okay.
No, they don't.
They think
don't.
that
and
wow.
Hitomi's
No.
from Japan, so she's probably used to having a bidet. So like,
Yeah.
what a downgrade.
She could not
You know what I'm
chill
saying?
out getting a bath. She was like, I'm glad to have a bath, but I can't chill out in something like this. I was like, yes, girl, this is not onsen material.
I know she is caught up in a lot of political intrigue, but there is an opportunity here. She could just go and invent 3 or 4 things and be pretty much fucking set for life here.
Pretty
Oh,
much.
yeah.
Like absolutely just like, have you guys thought about a toilet?
Right. Indoor plumbing. Have you heard of it? Can we give it a shot?
This is just like in ReZero when Subaru, the main character, invented mayonnaise and got rich on it. Hitomi could do that with toilets, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We have this magical substance where I'm from called fluoride, and we put it in the water, and our teeth stop falling out.
Whoa.
You know where he gets
Amazing.
fluoride from? I mean, you can't really, but it's like, remember all those limestone rocks you had? Yo,
And they got that shit.
you already
They got that shit. I mean, I guess the special limestone they have there that's like strong as hell.
it's impenetrable, not porous, and not made of fossils. What the fuck? I'm never gonna get
What
over
the
that. That was
fuck?
so annoying. That was the most annoying
That
thing.
was so weird.
I can't believe how inaccurate this mecha anime has
did-
been.
They didn't have dinosaurs, but they did have big ass dragons. Dragons could probably make limestone. They got bones.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
that's why the limestone's so strong. It's made out of dragon
bones.
which,
So-
Yeah,
as we
maybe.
all know, are stronger than dinosaur bones.
Yeah, it's truly. That's scientifically proven. Dragon bones are stronger than dinosaur bones.
They weigh a lot.
So much.
You only start getting dragon bone stuff like towards the end of Breath of the Wild. Like then that's when the dragon bone stuff, the bokoblins start
Oh,
dropping
yes.
their dragon
Friday. Friday.
I took the day off.
bone stuff. Got it on the brain, yeah. It's gonna be a big weekend. When
Clown-
they ask me what I did
It
on the
sure is.
weekend next Monday,
Clown
Not a lot,
Fiance
folks.
pre-ordered it. Clown Fiance
Oh,
pre-ordered
baby.
it. Also, Clown Fiance's Switch Lite didn't work, but he had just gotten paid, and he was like, "You think I should
Get
go to
that
Best
OLED.
Buy?" He was like, "You think I should go to Best
Yes.
Buy?" And I was like, "Baby, let's go to Best Buy." And that's what he bought.
oh,
He got
wow.
the
Oh, let's
legend.
see.
He got the
Got that
Legend
OLED.
of
Got that
Zelda OLED.
He got the Zelda
He got
Switch.
the Zelda
The
Switch.
OLED Zelda
He got the
Switch.
Everybody
OLED
hears about
Zelda Switch.
getting ready on Friday to be whisked away to our own world full of medieval fantasy and
I'll
myths.
fucking say.
What I've been doing right now, sorry, this is turning into a video game podcast real quick.
No,
Video game
please,
podcast,
please.
video game
I
corner.
insist.
I've
Right
been playing
next to anime.
Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, dog.
Oh, that game made me so mad.
It made you mad? I'm
Oh.
having a good time.
It was fun. No, I had a fun time playing it. I got mad about how they did it with the story. I'll get into it later.
Okay.
If you've not beaten it.
I haven't, but I'm pretty far. I'm like level 30 something. So I've gotten all
Nice.
4 of them, and I've gotten Hess 2. I don't know how I feel about Hess 2.
It's fun as hell, though. It's a
Hess
Warriors
2
game.
It's a Warriors game. It is a Dynasty
Yeah.
Warriors game, and that's what makes it so cathartic.
Yeah.
Impa's really good. I like Impa. She's fun. Mifa, unmatched. Mifa's great. But mommy is Urbosa. Oh, Urbosa's mommy.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I love
There's no-
Urbosa.
yeah.
She's so. First of all,
I
she's so
have
pretty.
timed out a Breath of the Wild replay to where I'm now at the very end of it, and I'm just holding on. And Thursday night before I go pick up the game at midnight, I'm like, I'm just gonna go in there and just
Beat it.
jump in real quick, kill Ganon, and then I'll go get the new one and immediately pick up.
I'm getting it delivered to my house on Friday.
Wow, very nice.
I was worried about that. I never ever do a pre-order or a midnight pickup, but I was like, I took the day off. I kind of want to play it all day.
That's valid. No, see, I'm just like
I never do pre-orders either, but this is special.
He's gonna
This
pay.
is something that's
He
different.
got the digital download, so he pre-ordered for the digital download. So it's gonna be in his Switch. at
That's what I do with a lot of
12:01.
them, but I want a physical copy because
Yeah,
in 20 years when the Nintendo eShop is down and their
Yeah.
servers they shut down their
that's a
servers,
good
I want to be able
point.
to plug that little cartridge in
That little bad
on my
boy.
old ass fucking dusty Switch. And
You're kind of
My
selling me on this. I have a Switch Lite as well. It's fucking pink because I'm a girl.
we love it.
But we do love it, and I love it as well. But I haven't been playing this. The Switch has laid fallow. It's lain fallow.
Yes.
I haven't been really playing it.
I've not been
but
playing it a
the
lot
Switch Lite-
until just recently picking
Same.
back up. So
Okay, so I have played extensively Breath of the Wild on my husband's Switch, but like I'm thinking that you guys are kind of selling me on trying this new game and maybe the cartridge, maybe.
yes,
And the great thing about it is that you can lick it and it tastes bad.
It tastes bad. I've never tried it, and I don't want to.
Tastes
I've never
so bad.
tried it, but I've had it confirmed.
Yeah, they taste terrible. That's the point.
I'm happy with mysteries remaining in the world. That's
Yeah.
the kind of person I am. So I
When
will
you
not
think
be
about it,
tasting.
though, and this is about the mysteries of the world. When you are a baby, one of your
Yes.
primary methods of interacting with the world is tasting things
Eat it.
around you,
Right.
and
So
that
that's how you
stops
solve
when we're an
mysteries.
adult. And look
Why
around
should it?
look around you right now. There are multiple items that you've never tasted. Like, have
Go
you
for it,
really
buddy.
thought about it? Like,
What's
I
that
suppose
vibe?
you're right.
what
What's
if
the
they
vibe of
taste
that?
really good? Is what I'm afraid of. I'm not worried that they'll taste bad.
Did you know that geologists actually still use taste in a lot of their
Oh,
fieldwork?
yes. I knew that.
They do.
I was gonna
They
say,
do.
yeah, Newland knows that.
That's the thing, because if it sticks, that's how they can determine if something is rock or bone, rock or fossil. Because if it doesn't stick,
That's really
it's
cool.
rock. If it does stick, I think it's bone. Somebody gonna come up in here, and geologist gonna be like, actually.
Well, actually.
Yeah. But it's one of those two. Like,
Actually,
they
we just lick it because it tastes good.
I mean, hey, they might.
Actually, I'm just a fucking freak.
Right. I just have to think about rocks. But yeah, that's the thing. Like if they lick it and it's like I think it's like the six of them is bone because it pours something.
Mm.
And yeah, they be taste testing rocks. That
Maybe
is the
taste
thing.
testing rocks.
They be doing that.
They be taste testing. Look, that's how would we have gotten salt? How
That's-
would we have
yeah,
gotten
really
salt?
true.
yeah. We got salt because somebody was like, let me put this rock. Let me just real quick.
Let me lick this. Wait, hold on.
What's this like? Hold on.
What's this like? Wait,
Oh,
let me,
guys, it's good.
let me put this on
Guys,
an
it's
egg.
fucking good.
Whoa, what if we
That's
put this rock in everything?
Right. And then some white people were like, I don't trust it. It looks like witchcraft.
Started early.
There could be a rock out there that they're hiding from us.
Exactly.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah.
Salt too.
They got pink rock salt, Himalayan pink
Salt
salt.
Junior.
That feels like salt 1.5.
I love
And
that.
a lot of people will say that it's better than salt, but I'm waiting for salt 2.
There's lots of salt too. You got like smoked salt. You got flaky salt.
That's salt
you got,
1.6.
MSG.
You're saying
I love
you're saying a lot of
MSG.
things that are still salt.
Smoked salt is just dirty salt.
It's just dirty salt.
It is
Yeah,
salt.
it's
Salt
just
is
salt
just
that they
gross.
fucked up a little. They just
You
kinda
burned the salt
on
up.
that.
Right. I don't know. I do like putting a little bit of Himalayan pink salt in the water that I'm using to work out with.
we use salt 1.5 all the time.
Yes.
It's a really awful salt, and I don't want to even say it, but I guess I have to.
What kind of salt?
Woman salt is what came to mind, and that's just something
Woman
really
salt.
bad. Yeah, stuff that's like,
It's
he
pink.
sweats
It's pink
in a
salt.
vial.
Oh.
It's pink. That's probably why I thought of it, but
Oh, I got
it's
you.
salt, from a woman. Salt from a woman.
Oh, it's like bath water.
Wait, salt for women or salt from a woman?
No, well, both. Salt. That's the motto. Salt from a woman, salt for a woman. It's like a woman's salt replacement, but it has to be from another woman. This is really sick. I hate this. I don't want this idea.
No,
Can someone
we're
take
learning
it?
a lot.
We're learning so
I'm
much.
learning more than I care to learn.
I mean-
or I'm comfortable with. From my own mind.
Maybe we can use this as an on-ramp to get back onto Vision of
Yeah, please.
Escaflowne.
What else was
I don't possibly know how, but let's try.
So we also did mention that we like that Strategos is a title for Von's brother as Zybok, which is cool. So it just kind of also gives it that he's got more authority than we might have realized. Because maybe that Delandau is just some kind of fool who just gets to run around and do whatever the fuck he wants or something.
Almost certainly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I'm
is
just like,
Vongel his boss or?
we don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't know
I
that.
think he is.
Yeah, we don't
I think
know.
so.
I think so too.
I'd want to know desperately what Delandau's specific title is, what his relationship to the Emperor is.
Yeah.
Piss boy.
Yeah, piss boy. Stinky nephew.
Stinky
Yeah,
nephew.
Stinky nephew.
Stinky nephew.
Ew.
Stinky nephew. We're just we're tossing out.
I'm sorry.
Stinky
Fucking-
nephew dilly bar. Come on.
We're tossing out episode titles left and fucking right over here.
I'm stimulating your creativity. Maybe even your salt, your women's
Your
salt.
women's salt.
Sometimes I
sharing
run
my
out of
woman's
things
salt.
to say about the episodes of anime we watch, and we just start fucking going
We do. We
wild.
start fucking up.
There's- yes,
One thing I do like
that's-
the
yeah.
Funimation edit better than the 2001, mostly because they
I agree.
It was better. Oh yeah, it's higher quality.
better. It's higher quality, and not just from the voice acting alone, but because they took the time to localize a little bit better with the dub, and it's a lot of like Hitomi is still annoying as hell. All she does is say "look out." All she does is see Von die. This girl needs a therapist so bad when she gets back home because all this girl is seeing is death. This poor child. But one thing I will say is that there were a lot more moments for Hitomi to have agency. Even that, like we talked about the Taro moment for a second, where she was reading Alan for
She
filth.
got to prove herself. Yeah.
But she did get to
got
prove herself. She did get a little bit of agency where she wanted to stand up for herself. Her making like actual decisive decisions on how to like interject things.
Yeah, and the jump actually, as silly as it was compared to giant robots swinging swords, for her it was this moment of like,
I can do something.
yeah,
I can help.
This is what I can do.
Right, exactly.
Look
so
what
like,
I can do.
I'll give her that. It's like, look what you, good job, sweetie. You good. You did it. Beautiful gowns. Beautiful gowns.
High school sports are important.
Right.
They are
important. So like, I'll give her that. She seemed to have a little bit more agency in this one. I did like Princess Miralax. Miramar.
Yeah.
Myanmar. Ooh, what's her name?
Miramax.
Myanmar. Oh, no, her
Miramax.
name is Malerna.
Malerna. Princess Moderna? Oh, Princess Vaccine.
Princess Moderna.
Princess Moderna.
She's got what will make you better.
Hey, the dolly dose. hey. So.
Oh, about her. No, you first.
She was. I didn't dislike her. I mean,
I didn't dislike her.
She was clearly here to be like. I like the fact that she's like one of those princess. She's one of those princess archetypes. It's like, I'm a princess in the way that it suits me best. Like she'll do all of the high society things, but she'll also put on pants because they're practical. I'm like, you better be pretty and practical. We like this. This is cute. And then again,
and then you get called out by it. But Alan's like, "Why are you wearing pants, woman?"
And she was like, "Have you ever tried riding a horse in a dress, man?" And he was like, "Oh, I guess I have." And she's like, "Yeah, shut the fuck up." I was like,
"Yeah,
come on,
Eat my
Miramax,
ass.
Princess
Actually,
Miramax,
don't."
let's go." Princess
Tell him.
MGM Grand, you better tell him.
It was so funny how when she talked to Vaughn, the first stuff she said was all like the worst possible stuff she could say to him. Like, your brother's, it was like on par with the tarot, the quote unquote tarot reading that Hitomi did. You're like, your brother seems so nice. He's fucking evil. Finalia is so great. It's fucking gone. It's in flames. There's ashes now. Like, that was like, I don't know if she knows what she's doing, but it was so funny. Like, I guess the writers wanted to set it up to make Vaughn feel angsty.
Yeah, to call back to him like that. Oh, he lost his. I think that was also cool though, because it also shows you how word doesn't travel, right? So like certain people know things and certain people don't, and it's just like, so like there's no way for her to have known, because there's no reason for her to even be involved at that level, right? She's a princess.
So true.
Yeah, something got wiped off the map, and not everybody. It's not on Twitter,
right?
Yeah,
nothing is these days, but right. Except for the strike.
What? Except for that. That's it. Have the weird reverse horses been addressed in your podcast?
Not yet. I didn't know them horses.
Sorry?
Why do horses have so many toes?
The horses, they have a lot of toes. They're like weird backwards toes, and their manes are their beards. It's like on their bottom neck and not their top neck.
I did call them camel
it's super
horses,
fucking
though.
funny.
I did call them
camel
horses.
Like camel horses. Yeah, they're weird. Just take a look if you're watching along, dear listeners. Look at the fucking weird horses.
I did say camel horse.
Camel horse?
Camel horse?
Yeah, I made a note of it in my notes.
I did too. I noted it. I was like, hold on. Camel horse?
Well, we're in a fantasy realm. We can't just have normal horses. Just fuck them up a little bit. It'll be fine.
Normal birds, because birds are not real, but fake horses.
That's right. Seagulls, it's fine. Horses, no. Mess that stuff up.
Nay, as they would say.
Oh my God.
You're welcome.
Here we fucking go.
Here we fucking go. I'm about to risk it all.
Got him. By God. I'll do it.
So, like, quick note, if I'm checking my notes, because this is like a little bit right after what we were just talking about. I watched also the subs in the past. Okay, so in the subs they call it Guy Malef. It's like all one word. In the English dub, it's Guy Malef. That's so fucking funny.
And
what
in
are
the
they
2001
doing?
dub, it's Guy Melef.
Yeah.
Guy Malef.
My Guy
Yeah,
Malef.
it was like all the weird readings. And yeah, Escaflowne, as you guys have already pointed out.
It's so many.
As you Guy Malefs have already pointed out.
I didn't realize that it ended in an EF, because when I turned on subtitles, it ended in EF, and I thought it was an ETH. MALETH.
Guy Malef.
But it's Malef.
Yeah, well, the F, the foo in Japanese, is really who, so it's like Guy Malehu or something. But yeah, so not a bad mistake to make. Very accurate, actually.
Right.
But like, so I wonder what it was supposed to.
I'm not
what
sure.
Going for. Yeah, like I.
Oh, Kostrak, Japanese chick. What were the things that pointed out today?
Yes.
Guy would be great. I don't know what the Malef could possibly be. I was trying to look it up a little bit. I'll have to do some more research. But yeah, we'll go to the titles. We'll go into the Japanese zone real quick.
Titles. Let's go to the Japanese zone.
Not too much here. It tickles me so much that in the titles it highlights one of the kanji, and then for some reason they highlight a random fucking ass word
that
in the
drove
English.
me insane. There was something like the Mystic Moon, but instead of like highlighting moon as it was in Japanese, they highlighted like the. Like,
exactly. And this one, it's the seal of the brothers, and brothers is highlighted in English, but it's the seal part in Japanese that's branded.
The seal
and
of the brothers.
In episode 6, it's city of capital of intrigue.
Oh yeah.
And they highlight GUE on intrigue.
Intrigue,
even though it's capital that is actually highlighted.
That's so funny. And it's fucked up.
What?
Yeah.
Intrigua.
I just, sometimes I need Western civilization to do just a little bit better. Just a little bit better. Just a little bit better. I don't know why I expect
a little harder. There are obviously there have to be people on staff who speak and read Japanese.
Bruh.
There literally have to be.
Who's making these decisions when they translate this?
They have to translate it. Like, come on. Like, just take one dramaturgical minute to divine why it's highlighted. Just one. I'm not asking you to write me a paper on it. Okay? I'm not asking
I wish Chad was here. Because there's a term for this when you subtitle. It's like oppositional subtitling.
Is it aggressive subtitling?
Is it aggressive subtitling? Is that what it is?
Because we talked about that.
It's like
we did.
It's like when you say like, you'll say like, if the subtitle says like, my Oni-san says I can't do that, and then there's an asterisk in a very small area off to the side. It says like Oni-san means brother, like Keikaku means.
We talked about this. We literally, I forget what it was
called. We talked about this a couple
too.
episodes ago.
Yeah.
This very concept of going too far with that, of saying like, okay, this does have to be localized to a certain extent.
Right. It's like I can't remember the term for it, but like it feels like it's like adjacent to that, to be like, we're not going to highlight the correct word. That's stupid. It's just the color.
It's going way too far in the other direction of being like, it's a cartoon. It doesn't matter. We're just gonna
fucking kids.
It doesn't matter. It's going on the Fox box. We're just gonna.
You're a baby watching cartoons. No one gives a shit.
Right. This is
accuracy.
Clearly a design choice. We're not going to look any further into this because it just looks cool. So we're going to make sure it stays cool looking, I guess.
I gave you $50 to translate this, and by God, you'll get it done tomorrow.
Right, exactly.
So that's got to be a sensibility that is like well and gone with the times, because I think in the past, say like 90s, 2000s, like people were not like Japanophiles like they are today, because like this is unheard of today. Like it would be.
Oh yeah, you'd never do this.
Yeah, you
never do this.
You'd never do this. So it's just like, I mean, that's a thing, right? Like
it's a bygone era.
Truly, it's a bygone era because we're no longer, and it's not saying like, oh, there's an excuse or whatever. Not trying to condone that that kind of lazy translation, right? But it's very much like they didn't know if it was going to hit, so it's like I'm not going to put this much effort into it if it doesn't hit.
It is what it is, and the budget might be really pathetic. Yeah. Right, it might be like $25 or something.
The budget might be so small that we don't have the bandwidth, we don't have the people to do this. We don't know if this is going to hit or not. And now 30 years later, of course, it's a hit. Now you got to do that work. That's expected.
The fascinating thing now is that, they didn't know it was going to be a hit in 2001. In 2016, this dub, I don't know if y'all remember from No Need for Trivia, this is the result of a Kickstarter funding campaign.
That's right.
Exactly.
This dub exists because the fucking Escaflowne fans opened their wallets up and prepaid for it.
Right.
Even though Funimation was doing fine in 2016. Okay,
guys?
Like,
was all right.
Let's be real here. Like, they were not like scrabbling by. They did not have to do that, but they did. And so this is like the first ever prepaid anime dub I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I have not heard of a different
They
one.
were very much like, if you want it, you better pay for it. I was like, okay. They were like, you got Escaflowne at home.
So that actually does make sense to me, because I said earlier, like, the redub didn't 100% make sense to me because the original, while could have, very much could have used an update, wasn't catastrophic.
Yeah.
And so that makes a lot more sense that like Funimation said, yeah, we'll do it if you do it.
If you pay for it. You pay for it?
I'm not saying that it's justified because Funimation had the money to redub it, but I wonder if that was also them to gauge just the interest. It's like, we're not going to redub something if it's not, it's like, there's not a market for it. That's money and time that we're not trying to spend. We're trying to be millionaires here. We ain't trying to do that shit
We're the Dragon Ball company, all right?
Right.
We don't make failures.
The grind set, if you will.
Exactly. They're like, we don't need to do that. Y'all better care, because we ain't going to do it if you don't care.
That's right.
Y'all better care. That's shit. I get it. It's like, I don't like it, but I get it. I
get it.
I mean, I still have words, aka hands.
Stevie.
That's right.
She's going to
ready
come
to
get
fight
you.
Funimation while they're dying. Crunchyroll's eating them.
Crunchyrolls eat their lunch, they breakfast, they dinner, snacks, they wigs.
They're currently being digested by Crunchyroll.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Crunchyroll's like, y'all, Crunchyroll's no face. I get it now because I finally saw that movie.
I want to point something out here. This is very interesting to me because I was on the dubbing wiki, as I always am.
Yeah,
true, as you always are.
And I saw that some of these people are Dragon Ball people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them are Full Metal Alchemist people, but there's crossover there. So Sonny Strait, one of the big hitters at Funimation, he was in this. He was
no.
he was Alan Shazar.
Okay,
he was Alan.
And so he plays Krillin in Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
OMG.
So just offhanded, I saw that they had that new Dragon Ball movie, the 3D one, Dragon Ball Superhero.
Oh, yeah.
I clicked on that. Y'all know what? They did some stunt casting on that one.
Who they
Y'all know
did?
what I'm about to tell you?
No, please, tell me.
Charles Martinet is in Dragon Ball Superhero.
It's a me!
No.
Goku!
Yeah.
Well, in the context of Japanese Goku, which if you haven't heard Japanese
you
Goku as
gotta-
an American,
Gotta hear
you have
Japanese
got to look that
Goku.
up right now. Stop listening to this podcast. Look up Japanese
Fucking
Goku.
one of the all-timers.
So good.
I cannot even imitate the voice. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like that. It's like that.
It's Grandma
so,
Goku.
In that sense, Charles Martinet is like a really nice Martinet, I don't know, but it's a really nice casting decision.
So
I think
good.
that's kind of gutsy.
Who does
Yeah, it's
Charles
beautiful.
Martinet play?
The character's name is Magenta. I do not know.
Magenta.
I've not
Good.
seen the film. I know Piccolo turns orange. And
Okay,
cool
I'm
with
so
that.
disappointed. I thought you were saying he was Goku, and I'm so upset.
No, he's not Goku. I'm sorry.
No.
Charles Martinet Goku, please.
I'm behind on Dragon Ball. They're still making that shit. Toriyama dipped out. He picked a guy and was like,
What?
"You are Toriyama now."
Bye.
Whoa.
I know, right?
People seem to like it still,
lot.
so
Oh yeah. Oh no, it's still good.
I've heard Super's
still
good. I literally have not watched any of the new
I haven't
anything.
watched in a hot minute now.
I watched Super. I think it's great. I
Okay.
suggest it.
Okay.
There's a new now. Everybody gets their own unique transformations, which I think is actually a way better idea than Super
that's
Saiyan.
pretty
Everybody
cool.
goes Super Saiyan.
yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like Piccolo turns orange and Gohan gets
Wait,
a
are
cool
you
new
kidding?
one. No, he literally Piccolo gets a
becomes
super
orange.
He eats like 100 carrots really fast.
yeah, and he turns
And-
orange.
Right, 100 carrots real fast.
They gave Frieza another new one. They gave Frieza
Ooh.
like a second order transformation on top of that. He's
Oh.
Black Frieza now.
Oh my god.
Was that?
I'm
Excuse me?
being real. That's what it is.
Oh, there was Goku Black as well. Remember
Yes.
You
that?
said it, and I watched
Wait,
you look directly
Stevie.
at me and be like, "Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do this
It's
to
true.
me."
I'm not
Don't do
fucking
this.
around.
You have to see the clip where so in what I'm
Oh
just
my
gonna
God,
spoil
this
this.
clip.
Maybe
I know
somebody
what
I
don't
know what
listen,
you're
but,
talking
like,
about.
okay, you already know, it's fine. All right, so in one of the seasons of Dragon Ball Super, there is a kind of like a Goku imposter named Goku Black, but it's because his soul is black, he's evil. So Goku, the real one, goes
So
to the
bad.
future world that Trunks is in, where Goku Black has already done a bunch of awful things. So when the real Goku arrives, everybody in the future world points a gun at him, and Trunks says, "Everyone stop!" Like
Don't shoot. He's not black.
this. Yeah, do not shoot.
It's a
This man is
line
not
from the
black.
show.
It is so goddamn funny. When me and Chad saw it, like we were just watching normally the show before it was on the internet. I mean, we laughed so fucking hard and
Oh
we paused it and they were like, and we were like, "What just happened?"
Why did they do that?
Oh
Why would they
my
do it that
God.
way?
So evil and weird.
Oh my
It's a lot.
god! Oh no! I'm gonna. Go
I will post this clip later because
It's like, do you guys know who watches Dragon Ball?
We have to carry this pain together.
Raw dogging reality is the worst. I'm gonna fix
Yeah.
that like right now.
Ugh.
Oh God, no! Please.
do we have anything else to say about
No.
this?
Yeah, what's
Escaflowne? Because
Escaflowne?
I'm out.
We're totally
Okay.
gone on
Here's the
Escaflowne.
thing: we reached our 6 episodes, our 6 required episodes of Escaflowne. Overall, it's a good show. It's a good
It
show.
is a good show.
I
Yeah.
had a fun time watching this.
I
I
had a
have
good time
complaints
watching
about
it.
it, but I enjoyed it.
The mechs are cool. The animation is smooth as all get out. Like
Yeah,
it's
the animation's beautiful.
the animation's beautiful. Like it's vibes. Like that 90s anime aesthetic. That is what this show definitely is. Like it's really really pretty. The world is really cool. It took honestly. We watched the first 6 episodes. In my personal opinion, it took a minute for the plot to really get going, but once it got
Yeah.
going, it's going. So now that we're at 6, I'm like, oh shit, now I'm like actually invested because it took us
Yeah.
so long to really get our key players and to get all of their motives. Because it just we took, especially for the bad guys. Because what I really liked about especially episode 6, we see how the bad guys are bad guys. They're
Yeah,
not just
yeah,
like
yeah,
dudes with cool technology and invisibility cloaks. They are coming at it from all angles. They're coming at it from a combat standpoint with fighting people and blowing stuff up. They're coming at it from a political standpoint with stoking not insurrection, but stoking trying to break alliances using
Yeah.
political channels and all this other stuff.
100%.
so like I'm like, okay, so this is probably what I was interested in because you're seeing all the subplots, you're seeing all the stuff come up. So what I liked about Escaflowne, while it kind of started, it's a little slow. The first 3 episodes were a little slow, but 4 through 6 kind of ramps up, and then now you're really getting into the meat and the potatoes of the whole reason why everybody's here. Now, why is Hitomi there? We have no idea. We kind of lost her bleed plot as to how we're gonna get this girl home. She is now swept up in the politics.
It doesn't really matter anymore.
It doesn't matter anymore. Unfortunately, she still does because we're still following her, and I wish we weren't. But whatever. We can just focus on the boys. We
can't always get what you want. It's from 1990, whatever.
Exactly. But overall, it's a cool anime.
Yeah, I agree.
I have to remember to get around to it, but it's not bad. It is held up too. It's actually held up. Like,
I agree.
It's
Oh yeah.
It's a product of its time, unfortunately. I mean, not unfortunately. Like most,
for better or for worse,
like most coming of age,
and bad.
Yeah, like most coming of age stories, especially it circles around a girl. She is meant to be your Bella Swan, somebody who you can put yourself in the shoes of.
Exactly.
That's the point. Yeah, Newland. I just watched the clips last night, dog. I don't even remember it. I was so mad at it. And
that's the bad one. That's the bad one. It's not very good. I
don't even remember it. And so like she is the person that you're supposed to put. She is the lens in which you, as the person watching it, are supposed to insert yourself into the story. That's her entire purpose. But it's a cool show all the way around. You like fantasy, you like robots. Escaflowne is the move.
Oh yeah,
truly.
Get on Escaflowne. Have a good time, and it's got that Yoko Kanno soundtrack, so it goes down easy.
It's got that
Yoko Kanno
soundtrack. Good time.
Up, shake well, and then up the nose. Well, that's how you take
right up there.
Right up there.
When you got allergies.
When you got allergies. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's Escaflowne.
Yeah.
That's Escaflowne.
Yeah. That's Escaflowne. Hey, Callie, Charles, thank you for being here with us today.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. I'm sorry for all the strange interruptions and schedule problems.
That's fine. I don't care.
No problem.
They're going to edit out so many dog barks.
I might edit out some of them, but not all of them.
No.
Okay.
At least one in there.
Sure.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff are you working on that you want people to know about?
Oh my God. I wasn't expecting this question. I thought we were going to talk about Escaflowne more. Well, okay. So, as you said at the top of the episode, I'm working on this video game Endemic. Check it out. It's by the same people who made Atama. Or sorry, rather than check it out because it's not out yet, keep an eye out in 2024.
There you go.
Maybe there might be a demo. Sorry, did I say 2024? I meant to say 2025 is when the game may come out. There might be a demo at the end of 2024. So that's what I'm working on right now.
Cool.
I've got a Patreon that also offloads to a Ko-fi. Okay.
Woo!
I'm working on a whole lot of shit. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm embarrassed. But it's art. It's artistic. Art wisdoms are there. You can absorb them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Art wisdoms are there.
Sweet.
Mostly, I guess, like if you'd like an easy way to see my output, a good way to do that would be to subscribe to me on Twitter. If you hate the Twitter app, I understand. I'm on other platforms too. Just look for Churls with 3 views.
Nice.
And that's that.
Cool.
Nice.
Sweet.
I can definitely vouch for the Charles art. I have commissioned a number of pieces that have all turned out wonderful.
Wait, a number?
At least one.
I only remember one.
Okay, must be just one then. But at least one.
But I would believe that it's a number because some of these budget commissions, the ones, again, that you mentioned at the top of the episode, like, there's more of those. And sometimes I don't exactly always comprehend who's getting them. I just know what I have to do. So
cool beans.
Yeah, very, very great.
And that bell means this meeting of the Afterschool Anime Club has come to a close. We're so glad you got to spend this time with us today, and we're glad that we got to spend this time with you. If you want to support everything that we do at Afterschool Anime Club, best thing you can do is leave a review.
Yes.
And remember, if you leave a review that's kind and has 5 stars in it and doesn't contain any chicken-headed shit, I will read it out loud.
Wow.
We're also still members of the Moonshot Network, a fantastic podcasting group where you can listen to incredible podcasts. You can watch great streams at twitch.tv/Moonshot Network.
Keep an eye out for that carnival coming up.
The Moon Carnival coming up at the end of the month. Where we're going to be raising money.
Open.
Trans Lifeline going to get money from us.
Yes.
And you and everybody else.
That's right.
Yeah. Do you guys, Max, Stevie, anything you want to plug?
No, I will just say, outside of leaving a review, tell your anime friends about us.
Tell your anime friends.
That's the other number one thing you can do, which is just, hey, if we cover an anime that you know somebody is absolutely obsessed with, send them a link.
Yeah.
Yeah, please do.
You don't have to start from episode 1 with anime.
You really do not.
Jump in wherever.
Wherever.
Jump in wherever. It's very
whatever
friendly.
dings those little nostalgia bells in your brain.
Right.
That's where you should be starting.
Yes.
We see the metrics. We got a lot on the Sailor Moon episodes.
We did.
That's right.
Don't feel like you have to start at episode 1, season 1. We understand. This is season 2.
We did not have our shit together yet.
We
No,
sure
just
did
jump
not.
right in. It's very inviting. The water's
The water's
all
fine,
right.
but don't feel like you have to look.
water's
If you
fine.
don't give a shit about some of the anime that we are covering, that's okay. You don't gotta listen to those.
just skip that shit.
Listen to the ones that you care about. Listen, because it's not.
We're delighted. Any episode that you listen to, really and
Yes.
truly from
That's
the bottom
true.
of my heart.
That's so
Thanks
true.
for
We're
coming
not
and hanging
mad
with
that
us.
you're late. We're just happy you're
Yeah,
here.
thank you so much.
That's the point. That's the plan. Also, drink water, fucking nerds.
Yeah.
Drink water.
Stay
and
hydrated.
Water, you
Wash
little
your
bitch.
face, you fucking nerds.
Smoke weed every
Wash
day.
your smoke. You're not. You're doing it wrong.
Right. Wash your face, moisturize, brush your teeth. Don't be gross, okay? You can be a nerd and also have hygiene. So that's all I gotta
It's
tell
so
you.
true. You can be a nerd that smells great.
You
and
can-
feels great.
It's a great feeling.
And I do want to say, I know that we're going long here in the outro, but we got that listener survey out there.
Yo.
Y'all need to go answer that because
Fill it out.
you decide.
We need to know who is baby.
I'm baby right now, and
No,
I.
sorry, that's not it though. It's actually about the
Anime.
which
What
it's actually
anime you'd
about
like to
is-
revisit.
You have an anime, like you all choose basically 2 out of 5 animes.
Yeah, you
like,
do.
It is your input that decides what we're going to watch for 2 out of the 5 shows in season 3. So like really, like if you really like Tenchi, if you really like Yu Yu Hakusho, if you really like Sailor Moon, if you have an anime that we haven't seen yet, that you need to tell us about, please do. Because next episode we're going to be deciding the lineup for season 3.
That's true, we are.
So-
Oh my God. I gotta
In our
get my
wrap up
picks
episode
together.
next time.
Yes, our wrap up is next time.
Next time. So yeah,
Good luck, guys.
thank you very much. Thank you, Callie. Thank you,
Thanks,
Max. Thank you,
Callie.
Stevie.
You're welcome.
Thank you all.
And thank you, listener. How do I sign off at this podcast? How do I say? What do I say at the end?
Thanks for coming.
I say thank you for listening, and we'll see you at the next meeting.
Next meeting.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Turtle and I are going out to dinner. You two better behave while we're gone.
And most importantly, no improv.
If I hear any yes and, you're getting the back of this hand.
Well, Vince, it looks like we've got the Kame house all to ourselves.
Yeah, we do, Aaron, and you know what that means. It's time to throw a banger of a podcast. We're Kame House Party, the only improv comedy Dragon Ball podcast in the known universe. We're going through every iteration of Dragon Ball, episode by episode, and performing improvised scenes based on what we watched.
And you don't have to be a Dragon Ball superfan to enjoy the podcast, because each week we do a 1-minute roundup to catch everyone up so you can enjoy the latest and greatest episode.
Yes, and what the shell is going on?
They're doing improv all over the Kame house.
They even put on flannel shirts. We're Kame House Party, part of the Moonshot Network, with new episodes every Tuesday, wherever you get your podcasts.
Don't close out a promo while I'm yelling at you.
Finn,